Hello, hello. Welcome to my space. I hope you are doing well. Before we get into a spread and reading, I wanted to talk to you about awareness and self-awareness. So first of all, you can be aware and still have some kind of bias. Awareness is knowing that you have some kind of bias, but it doesn't mean that you know your bias. Knowing your bias, this is part of self-awareness. When you are getting into self-awareness, so you are starting to check your own bias, right? Here's the thing. Here is what I want to talk to you about. When you are in this path towards self-awareness, so you are self-reflecting, right? Which is how you get to truly know what are your biases and how you can perceive things from a kind of perspective that is designed by yourself, your own wounds, all those kind of things. But here's the thing. So, being in self-awareness, beautiful. Self-reflecting, beautiful. But there is one thing that you need to be very, very sensitive to. It is that if you absorb whatever is coming to you and questioning yourself, you might truly burn your energy and distract yourself. So, when someone who is not aware or not self-aware and they are projecting things on you, saying about you that you are this or that or that or that, you cannot absorb it because they are not aware. So what are they doing? They are projecting, right? So just I wanted to put some kind of attention on that. Being in the path towards self-awareness is beautiful. Self-reflection is beautiful, but you need to be aware that most people are not aware. So they are projecting on you anything and everything, and you need to be aware of that so you don't just absorb and self-question yourself about everything. It will drive you crazy, right? So, this being said, let's get into the messages that we are getting now. Just a reminder, this is a collective reading, which means that it's a group reading, which means that it might be for you, it might be partly for you, and it might not be for you. So please take what resonates, leave the rest. You are already supposed to know what I am talking about. If I am talking about masculines or feminines, I am not especially talking about the gender. I am talking about the energy from where someone is operating. So apply it however it applies to the roles in your life. And this can be past, present, or future. Toil and labor. This is our first card that came out. Let's see. Family room in reverse. Ooh, judication. Okay. Tell me more here, please. Mature man in reverse. Pathway. In the 5th position. I love that. I love that. Tell me more here, please. Poverty in reverse. Listen, it kind of feels here that you made a very, very good choice in your life. It might have been a very difficult choice. You might have felt the need to go against your family, your traditions, what people might have been expecting of you. Community in, yeah, we have family room in reverse. And we have community in reverse. So, it kind of feels that you might have taken a risk here. We might be talking about you, we might be talking about somebody else here. I don't know, I kind of feel that we might be talking about you. It kind of feels that you had somebody in your environment. It might be a mature man, it doesn't have to be a man, but I kind of feel that it is. Anyway, we have the mature man and the mature woman here, both in reverse. So what it means, it is that you might have in your environment people that are older, that you think or you thought that they were supposed to be mature. Maybe they might present themselves as being very, very mature, but in fact, they are not. They are not. They are childish, emotionally immature. Um, and I kind of feel that you needed to make a choice here. We are clearly talking about a family situation where I kind of feel that you felt the need to truly take distance and protect yourself. With this dedication, yes, we might be talking about a court case. We might also be talking simply about the fact that they were judging you all the time very, very harshly. And it didn't matter how much work you were putting in order for them to see you under another light, they wouldn't do that, right? Talking about what we talked in the beginning, we might be talking about people who have absolutely no awareness. And we are talking here about older people. I know that there was one psychologist that said, you know, when you are young, you can truly change. Getting towards the years 65 and over, somebody who has never been into awareness, self-awareness, healing, all those things, there is less chance that they will change because they have to look back at their life, and it's kind of a complicated thing to do, right? So they prefer to stay in their toxicity. You know, it's more comfortable for them, especially if they never did it before, right? So I kind of feel that this decision that you took, that was very difficult. We are with toil and labor here. It is a difficult decision. It asks from you a lot of work. Excuse me, you might hear my cat Clapton. She is awake and she wants you to know that she is awake. But this situation, at the end of the day, it is taking you out of poverty. This is what I see here. So yes, you might have felt the need to take distance, maybe not only of your family, but maybe also of the community. What I kind of feel here, it is that because of the position here of the community, what goes around comes around, we are in position 8. What I might feel that we might be talking about, in fact, it is that since you have taken distance, you might have been judged very, very harshly in the past, because we had here two people that were judging you very, very harshly. We might be talking about a smear campaign. We will get into the cards and get a little bit more information. But at the end of the day, what happened since you took distance, you got yourself out of a very miserable place. It is written poverty here, but it doesn't have to be money. It can be emotional poverty, right? So you took yourself not only out of a very, very painful place, difficult place, but you are on your path now. So what might be happening, and what it seems to me here that is happening, it is that we have this mature woman that might have spoken badly about you, judge you from their very emotionally immature place, maybe slandering you, smear campaigning you, being very critical, judgmental about you. We might have that the community itself, or a group of people, they are going against her. This is kind of what I feel. This card is not only touching the mature woman in reverse, but also the mature man in reverse, right? So it is kind of obvious for me that we are talking about a family situation. It doesn't especially has to be your family of birth. It can be your family in law, for example, that somehow spend their time judging you in a very, very harsh way, very critical. Yeah, it kind of feels like a toxic family dynamic. This is what I feel. They might have also said somehow that the reason why If we are talking about your in-laws, the reason why you are with their child, it is because you wanted to take yourself out of poverty, right? That it was kind of a, that you're a money grabber, or kind of associate yourself to their legacy. And so they have totally refused access. You might have felt all the time that you were not accepted, that you were under a very judgmental lens, no matter what you did. And it seems to me that you did a lot. You truly tried. The toil and labor, this is truly investing, working hard, sweating of work, of trying. But at the end of the day, I kind of feel that you understood that there is nothing that you can do here, because you are dealing with people who wants to see you in a certain light. But listen, what we see here, it's beautiful. The fifth card, it is the choice, it is the change, it is the test. And what you needed to do, it is stay in alignment with yourself and move on to your own destiny without allowing them to try to make you doubt of yourself. And doing that, you haven't allowed them to totally bring you down. The poverty is in reverse. You might have felt truly in an emotional poverty in this environment. We have the pathway in the upright and the journey in the upright. It might be that for some time, we see here, you have truly tried to be accepted. Might be your family, might be your in-laws. But at a certain time you said, you know what? I am done. And there is here a new beautiful beginning. A new beautiful beginning. And I kind of feel that this also somehow awakened the people that have listened to what this mature man in reverse and this mature woman in reverse have said about you. Suddenly they are awakening to the truth. Yeah. This is what it seems to me. Yeah, they are very childish, and they painted you as being childish. They painted you as being very unstable. And whatever they said about you, it was very concerning about you, right? Because they thought, or they said that you are just a money grabber, right? This is why you are rejected by the family, right? Yeah, whatever they said, it is backlashing on them. Nobody is eating their lies anymore, and they are in total despair because of this change that is happening. They were expecting to have some kind of support of the community, and at the end of the day, it's not what's happening. They wanted you to be rejected. It is not happening. They wanted you to be in very bad mental health. They wanted you to be judged and seen as a false person, that in fact you were in any relationship that it may be, just because there was some kind of advantage. And if we are talking about your own family, they might have said, in fact, that you were selling yourself, if you understand what I mean here, right? But no, people can see, in fact, that you are truly who you present yourself to be. And they are losing the respect of the community. They are losing the respect of the community now. They are going through a difficult moment. You might be compensated. I saw here... wait, where was it? The sudden wealth. This is what I saw. So you might be compensated in some kind of way. So it might be compensated by the law, if there is some kind of court case going on. If we are talking about your family and they have tried to have some kind of power of attorney over you in order to prove that in fact you cannot take care of yourself, that you are immature, projections, right? You might be compensated. If not, you might just be compensated by the divine order. And it's kind of anyway what I feel that is happening here with the pathway in the upright, with the poverty in reverse, and the journey in the upright. I kind of feel that you are in a journey that is leading you to beautiful things. You are somebody very courageous. With all this situation, you needed to be extremely strong and courageous. Because you had people here that truly wanted to bring you down. They wanted to destroy you. They wanted you to be in poverty. May it be financial or and emotional poverty, right? Okay, so let's get into the tarot. Let's get a little bit more information about all of this. Let's see, what should the collective know about this situation here? Ten of Cups. Hangman. Listen, Ten of Cups, it is talking about a happy family, right? So you have taken distance of whatever this is. I didn't check if you can see all the cards. 1 second, let me check. Yes, you absolutely can. I can even move that a little bit further. Yeah, you gave yourself now the option of having a very healthy first circle. I see, just for you to understand, because I'm talking sometimes about this first circle. So I see like our connections in our life, the first circle, the second circle, and the third circle. The first circle is the most important, right? And whoever is there, they have kind of full access to you. And when everything is good, then your family can be there, your best friends, your spouse, true people that are partners in your life. They have full access, in fact, right? Those are the people that can come to your door and just, say hi. This is the kind of people. The second circle, it is a little bit further. It's still friends, all of this. And the third, it is acquaintances, people that you are working with, but there is no kind of intimate relationship, right? This is how I define it. So when your family is extremely toxic and they are part of this first circle, it's dramatic. It's dramatic. Very often when people are dealing with dysfunctional families, what they are trying to do, in fact, it is to take this family system and put it in the second circle. But very often the family doesn't accept that, right? They don't respect the boundaries. They want to have full access. And it's very important who is in your first circle, especially when you are dealing with people who are talking shit behind your back, because they are in this first circle, they have full access on you. And so people listen to them because they see that it's first circle. Also best friends or things like this. Why the biggest betrayals are coming from this first circle, because those people have full access and they are not respecting what they have there. So now you opened yourself the option to have a happy and clean first circle, and it's better to have less people there, even if you have nobody there, but it's very important to know who is there. Yeah, there is a kind of change of perception that happened here. The Hangman, you had to truly get to a decision that you are putting very, very strong boundaries here. And honestly speaking, I don't feel that you had any kind of choice, right? Because we don't just have two people here that are extremely emotionally immature, but I kind of feel that they truly wanted you to work very, very hard and drain yourself on trying to please them when they would never be pleased, because they are very judgmental, very critical, very unaware. So they think that the way that they think, everybody think the same way. So if they think that you are not dressing right, you need to dress the way that they think that you need to be dressed. If your work is not flattering their ego, so it's not good enough, so you need to change your work. You understand? It's kind of people that I kind of feel that it's people that are very bitter, and no matter what, they will be critical and judgmental, and there is, at the end of the day, nothing that you can do to please them. But they make you feel, by the way that they are talking to you, that there is some things that you might do in order, to please them. But it's an illusion. It's not true. It's not true. But I kind of feel that once you accepted the reality for what it is, you opened yourself the option to have a healthy first circle. Tell me more here, please. We have the Ten of Wands here, putting down the burdens. Putting down the burdens. Yeah, simply. They were burdening you. This is what they were doing. They were creating drama in your life that is totally unnecessary. So why do you need to burden yourself? Because people that are bitter, judgmental, critical, those are, at the end of the day, those are very small people. They are very small people, very ego-driven, very often. They are also perfectionist, but for others, not for themselves, right? Seven of Pentacles here. Yeah, you have been very, very patient in this situation. Kind of feel truly with the toil and labor here. Hard work, this is hard work. And the Seven of Pentacles, you have been patient. Tell me more here, please. Yeah, you had to take back the control of your life because those people were making you miserable. Yeah, you needed to take the control. I kind of feel also that when you were dealing with them, in French we say mordre sur sa chic. It means that very often you wanted to explode, but you were all the time trying to calm yourself down, to not provoke them anymore. But I kind of feel that at a certain moment, you opened your mouth because, come on. But this was also something very, very frustrating because you might have wanted to maintain some kind of status quo, but at the end of the day, they were all the time provoking you. It's like if they were trying to create a reactive abuse. They wanted you to react. And you could feel it, and so you wanted not to react, but you were imploding inside, right? Yeah. I kind of feel that at the end of the day, you might have said whatever you needed to say, Tell me more here. It doesn't change anything at the end of the day. You say, you don't say, it doesn't matter anything. Yeah, they wanted you to be miserable. They wanted you to feel inferior to them, dependent on them. It's the kind of people that are very prideful, and even though they might be the biggest assholes, they think that you owe them respect. It's the kind of people that treat other people like shit, but they will tell you, yes, because I'm older than you, you owe me respect. Right? This is the kind. Or because they are going to the temple, to the church, to whatever, and they are doing the minimum thing to try to appear a certain way, you owe them respect. They wanted you to feel inferior to them, right? At the end, it just totally closed you off of them. Four of Cups. Don't approach me, don't get into my business. Don't. And this is the right thing to do, right? when I have people, you know, that are dealing with a toxic family system and they are living with them and they cannot escape for a situation, for a reason or another, what I always tell them, it is be as secretive about your life as you can be. The reason why, it is because those people will criticize everything, no matter what, they will criticize. They want you to feel small, this is what they want. They want you to feel under them. But when you are not sharing things about your life, whatever they are saying reflects less on you, right? Because they are talking without knowledge, in fact. So the best protection, it is to be as secretive as possible about your life. You don't give them the food. Will it stop them from acting the way that they act? Will it stop them from trying to get into your business and criticize everything? Absolutely not. But for you, it will be easier to handle, right? Tell me more here. Wait, I will shuffle. Tell me more here, please. What should we know about this situation? Yeah, at the end of the day, listen. At the end of the day, you are the big winner here. You are the big winner. And if this is your family-in-law, two options: or their child has finally awakened to what happens, and so your relationship is better. And if not, you opened yourself now the option to have a true supportive relationship. Because if you are dealing with someone who is defending those people, and they are not awakening to the reality, and they are not protecting you, it's a terrible situation to be in. There is a victory here. There is a victory. And yes, the cost might have been to need to separate yourself from your family, or maybe from a relationship. But it opens you the option to have a happy first circle, a safe circle. This is the thing, safe. Having frenemies in your first circle, it puts you in survival mode. This is what it's doing, right? Tell me more here, please. What do we have here? The Six of Pentacles. I kind of feel that those people thought that they could hold you on money, right? This is what they were trying to do. We have the poverty card here, right? They wanted you to be in poverty, in fact, right? So you are somehow dependent on them. This is what they wanted. This was their plan. They wanted you to be a beggar. This is what they wanted. To beg for their love, for their affection, for their support. This is the kind of people that would send you to a work interview while they have talked to the interviewer before, saying to them, make me a favor, you know, you don't have to take them at work, but just, you know, we know that this person is not capable, but, you know, just to give them a little bit more feeling of security, of confidence. Take them and make them a work interview. While they're saying that, you might be the most capable person possible. But first, this interviewer might not even need anyone. And even if they do, after those people have said that, this person is not taking you seriously, right? This is the kind of people we are talking about. They are sending you to fake interviews, and then afterwards, you are not... how do we say? The workplace is not working with you. They are not taking you to work. And this is what they wanted, because they didn't want to build your confidence. They wanted to destroy your confidence. This is why they did all of this. For on one side, you have to say thank you because they arranged you some kind of business interview. So you owe them. they love that, you owe them, right? So they present themselves very well when in fact they are sending you to something that they know might destroy your confidence. So it's a win-win situation for them. Tell me more here, please. Yeah, I kind of feel that those people have betrayed you over and over and over again. Yeah, a lot of pain, a lot of sorrow, a lot of grief, a lot of stress, a lot of anguish, a lot of drama that was absolutely not necessary in your life. But I kind of feel that you are very clear about it. You know who they are, you know what they do. And you know, you might have seen it even before, but if we are talking about your own family, you might have tried to find some kind of way to make it work. And if we are talking about in-laws, then it's truly complicated because you see what's going on, but if your spouse doesn't see it, and very often there is, let's say that if you are a woman, so if we are talking about your husband, so the mother has started, since this child is very, very small, to create some kind of trauma bond, right? So it's very, very complicated. It's very complicated. It's very often a mother with their son, very often. I feel that it's more often than the opposite. Maybe I'm mistaken, but kind of feels to me this way. Yeah. You were totally aware of who they were, right? You were aware. They didn't succeed to trauma bond you. You are too emotionally aware, you know who you are. It doesn't make the situation any easier, right? If you truly want to get to a good place and you are dealing all the time with this nastiness here, it is still waiting very, very deep on you, but they didn't succeed to do of you what they wanted to do. What they wanted to do, it is truly make you feel inferior to them. This was their goal. That you would beg them for love, attention, help, whatever it may be. It didn't work. The devil in reverse. Tell me more here, please. The Tower in reverse and the Nine of Cups in reverse. Okay, let's see here. This Nine of Cups in reverse, I kind of feel, you know, with this Tower in reverse, they wanted to create a catastrophe in your life. It didn't work, and what they wanted to do, it is destroy your confidence. That you lose all sense of self-trust, self-confidence, self-love, all of this. Tell me more here, please, about this Tower and this Nine of Cups in reverse. Yeah, you free yourself totally. You free yourself totally. They didn't succeed to close you off totally. They wanted you to feel totally, you know, like rejected by society. You know, nobody loves you. You are a nothing, a nobody. They didn't succeed to do that because you understood the King of Cups here and the Moon in reverse. You knew that they were the problem. You knew that. And I kind of feel that very often, you know, we know that when we are talking about scapegoats or black sheep in family system, in fact, the scapegoat or the black sheep, they are in this role because they are the most aware. This is the reason why they are the black sheep or the scapegoat. It is because they see things very clearly and they are people that are very empathetic. And so they see the toxicity. This is why the most toxic person is trying to group everyone around and paint you as the problem, right? And here I kind of feel that if we are talking about in-laws, they knew that you and their child might have had a beautiful relationship, a very healthy and beautiful relationship. And this would just expose, this is what they were afraid of, right? Because you wouldn't care, in fact. But they might have lost the control over their child. If you were toxic or if you were a nothing, then they wouldn't even try, right? Because anyway, they could do of you whatever they wanted. But because you are aware, because you are emotionally intelligent, this was their whole issue. They needed to destroy your self-confidence in order for them to be able to continue to feel superior and be able to control you. Those are people that crave people admiring them and you know, and eating in their hand. This is what they are craving. Yeah, they truly wanted you to be very, very insecure, destroy your confidence. This was the main intention here. They feel threatened, in fact, by you. They feel threatened by your confidence, by your emotional intelligence, by your ability to see through their bullshit, to see behind their mask, see who they truly are. This is their issue. Tell me more here, please. Yeah. Everything in their life, it is about strategizing. Nothing comes from a pure place. Yeah, master manipulators. It's all about appearances. It's all about, you know, the friends that they have, it is not because they truly like those people. It is because strategically it is good for them. Because somehow it serves some kind of purpose to them. This is why. This is what they are doing. All their life is about that. They are not dressing themselves for themselves. They are dressing themselves for how people will judge them. They are not going to the temple or to the church because they are believers. No, they are going for the community to see that they are going, and also maybe in order to somehow use the text in some kind of way. You know, I know that I personally, in my work, in my all the life as a photographer, the most dishonest people, you know, people that were giving me money in my hand and it was rolled, and they thought that I wouldn't count the money, right? And there was never the right account. It was always people that were going to the temple. Religious people. All the time. They were the most dishonest. This is the kind, you know? Yeah. Let's see, closure. Yeah, it's all, I love it. It's all about seduction. This is what it is. It's all about image. It's all about image. They need people on the outside to love them and admire them. This is what it is. Yeah. And with you, they needed to dominate you because you had the ability to see behind the mask and see the truth of who they are, and they felt, they still feel, I guess, very, very threatened by you. And if it's your own family, chances are that they tried to use the legal system in order to make you appear mentally unstable, crazy, all those kind of things, right? This is how desperate they are to maintain their mask. For people not to see that all their kind words and whatever kind gestures that they are doing in their life, it is all fake. It is all fake. It is all out of a strategy of image, power, status, domination. This is what it is. Yeah. Right. Ready to do anything to win. Look at this image, right? Five of Swords. Doing anything that they need in order to win. They don't care about anyone and anything. No kindness, no empathy, no morality. They present themselves, yeah, as having so much morality. They have none. They have none. Yeah, this is very hurtful people. They are taking actions truly just in order to serve themselves. Yeah, we have the smear campaign card here. They have the smear campaign card. The moment that you decided to truly take distance, you might have felt the smear campaign because the smear campaign was always there, even in front of your face, right? They were very judgmental about you. You felt in the energies that they didn't like you. Maybe in the beginning, they were showing one image. Maybe, might be. Sometimes those people, this is what they are doing in the beginning in order to try to confuse you, right? But once it was obvious that if we are talking about in-laws, right? If it's your family, it's another, it's you know, they cannot play those games, right? They are playing the hot and cold all the time. But if it's your in-laws, maybe in the beginning, they have presented themselves as something else, but I kind of feel that since the beginning you might have felt that there was something fake there, right? Yeah, they didn't succeed to stress you out, to make you doubt. Yeah, maybe they have succeeded to stress you out and bring drama in your life, but maybe they haven't succeeded to destroy you or put you in the emotional state that they wanted. You know, that you feel inferior to them, that you need to beg for their love, right? Yeah, the warrior. You are a warrior. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of feel that those people think that they are superior, simply. They think that because they somehow succeed to have some kind of, at least they could have some kind of clean image in the community, that this would be enough, in fact. That afterwards, you know, who are you compared to them and the community that holds them in such high regards? This might also be total delusion, right? Yeah, see, authority. You move forward. You move forward, and this creates a big imbalance here. Yeah, because they wanted to keep you stuck. And they were ready to do anything in order to try to keep you stuck. Yeah, we're talking here about people that are power hungry. This is what it is. Yeah, and now the wheel is turning. This is what I told you. I feel like the community is awakening exactly to who they are. I don't think that the community was totally blind to who they are, but they might have been blind to the reality of what was happening behind closed doors. And those people always have a few friends that are their ride and die, right? They would never doubt them because they are playing a perfect game with those people. And I kind of feel that even those people are turning now against them. Yeah, they are blocking them, look. They are blocking them. They don't want to plan anything with them. No, it's over. It's totally over. And those people, they are still blind. They still think that somehow they will be able to bring back some kind of balance. This is what they think. With this Eight of Swords, if we are talking about a legal situation here, if they use the legal system against them, against you, based on nothing, they might be going to jail. They might be going to jail. And this would only be fair, right? Yeah, they try to end you. At the end of the day, they ended themselves because they reveal themselves as being very dishonest. People with no kindness, no compassion, no empathy, playing the victim all the time. Yeah, karmic people. I kind of feel here that we are talking about a very karmic mother. This is what I feel. And then we have this Empress in reverse also. I kind of feel that this is the situation here. Yeah, the truth is out. The truth is out. They are big fat liars. This is what they are. They were trying to block you. They were very, very unfair towards you. Very childish. Doing their very best in order to destroy you. Yeah. And they were passionate about that. Putting a lot of energy into that. But as said, the truth is out. The truth is out about who they are. I will leave it here. I hope that it was helpful. Maybe healing even. I'll see you in the comments still very, very soon. Bye.